Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Eve. This is Everyday Artist and welcome. And this is Rogue. Say hi, Rogue. I raised the height of the camera, so she's having trouble. Aren't you? Yeah, you don't want to. Anyway, it is July 13th, Monday, and it is the week of Midsummer Stitch, and I am excited for this one. I'm taking both classes, and I'll explain in a little bit about that. I am here to talk to you about my crochet and my stitching, mostly my stitching. And Hank wants up here. Hank, go around. Hank, go around. Ro, come over here so that we can get up. Hi, Hank. Come on up here. Come on up here. Good boy. You in the camera? Ouch. Ouch. He does. So just a second. There's Hank. Anyway, my sister, for my birthday, bought me the Night Window TinyModernist class, and I am so excited. But I am stitching madly on that and on the project that I picked for the journal class, so I won't get any of it done. That's okay, because you have 30 days after the class ends. Of course, I'm going to start the Raven's Winter Moon, I believe it's called, start along August 1st, so I have a lot of stitching in my plans. Anyway, as for crochet, I finished the chicken. I'm going to have to give you a picture of the chicken. It's right here, because I've already given it to my sister. It was her birthday present, and we had her birthday party early because her birthday is on Wednesday, and she has a really long work day that day, so we can't get together for her birthday. So I went ahead and gave it to her already. So all I have is a picture of it. But she sent a picture of it to the lady that she gets eggs from. She gets farm fresh eggs, and that lady really loved it. I'm considering making a second one for my sister to give to her. Anyway, this is my other crochet. You probably can't see any difference on it, but it's I've done another couple rows on this. It fits about mid-arm right now, and it needs several rows more to problem is, when I get started on this, I'm usually very tired, and so I don't get whole rows done. Thankfully, the air conditioner turned off. So that is my crochet, which is not exciting and non-existent because you just have a picture. But that is my crochet for the week. So on to my stitching. The class my sister bought for me is this TinyModernist Night Window class, and the class is to teach this finishing, which she gave excellent instructions in the it's two set. It was, man, my words have just flown the coop. It was in one PDF, but it was two different documents, and one was the pattern, and this has, I went ahead and printed all the pattern sheets, and the other one is the finishing information. So she gave excellent instructions on that, and I could get ready, you know, beforehand, do some measuring and some cutting, but I think I'm just going to watch the class while I continue to stitch on this, because there is no way I'm going to get it done. I did start it, and I've been working on it, not exclusively, but almost exclusively. And here's where I am. I started on the middle window, and I have room on either side for either window, the other windows. And of course, I probably have way too much room on the top and the bottom. I probably could have started it somewhere other than the middle. But, because that's about how much I'm going to need. Maybe this much, because it needs 1.5 inches all the way around. And my sister gave me this piece of fabric to stitch it on too, so she stitched hers on charcoal black, and you know, was recommending black, but I like stitching on blue better than I like stitching on black. And let me see if I can show you the picture up close. I'm about halfway done with the owl. It's very cute. So I have the top half done, and I'm working on the bottom half. And this is the start of the bottom half. It goes to just about there. So I'll probably have this window done and not the other two, because I still have whip go stitching to do. I may just forego whip go this month, I'm not sure. The other class I'm taking, I picked this pattern, another TinyModernist. This is Dark Forest. It was an exclusive maybe a year ago. In one of the virtual events, it was an exclusive. And I'm doing this version, but I bought it for this version. Now, mine does not look like the pattern, because see all those little speckles of a different color in there no, it's all the same color. I'm doing it just like the pattern says, and I couldn't find the colors that were in it, but there is some white in here, but not up here. You can't really see the white. So it looks similar, but not the same. And it has quite a bit of back stitching, so I won't have the back stitching done in time for the class. I just have the moths left to do on the stitching, and then I'll move to the back stitching. But I am stitching quite a bit less on this than I am on the night window class. Now, when I go to the library for this library group stitching thing, I work on Murder in the Garden. And when we're doing our Three Sister Creative video, I work on it too. And I keep finding all tons of mistakes, but I'm plugging away. So this is where I am so far. So I started on a third. Raven, and then I have, you know, all the flowers to do, but the back stitching, there's tons of back stitching in this, to put the veins on the flowers and stems on the veins on the leaves and stems on the flowers and stamen. I'm doing the back stitching of the legs on the ravens at the same time that I'm stitching the ravens, because I have the same color out. So Maybe I should do some of the back stitching as I'm stitching it, just so it's not days of just back stitching. But I've already gotten this far, so maybe I'll go ahead and wait until the end. I was working on this morning, CrazzyStitch We Do Geek, and I am on the D, but I discovered when I started the D that my E is 1 stitch too short this way, and I'm debating as to whether or not to fix it. I don't think it looks bad, but it would make it a little bit closer together. So they are supposed to be 13 stitches apart, so they're supposed to be far apart. And I don't know that you would be able to visually see very much difference, but I'm debating. I'm seriously considering fixing it. Just, you know, to have it right. So I'm rounding the corner on finishing that, and I'm kind of excited, but I do want to finish it right. So yes, I've made the decision here just now. I'm going to fix the E. It's not going to take a lot, just adding 2 stitches to the end of each, to the top and bottom and middle. So I say 2 stitches because it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's only 1 stitch too short. And lastly, my temperature chart. Temperature Pets by JaceBreeze. Everything gets bent in my project bags. I'm doing the cat and dog version. So I'm working on a dog. And it has been really hot, but not over 115. And suddenly we have cooler weather. It might only be 100 today. It's slated to be like 100 and maybe even a little less this week. So maybe we'll get really hot days after that. I don't know. But I was thinking that July would be unbearable because, you know, we've had such hot temperatures so soon. 100 is nothing here. So you still have to put your sunshade on and all that, but it's been where you get in the car and you're like, oh my goodness, I can't breathe. Now, when I say not over 115, I'm talking official temperatures. My phone tells me that it's 118 out here, and I look on the official temperature and it's only 113 or something. So I think it's warmer out here than it is. Hank is laying by my lap. I think it's warmer out here than it is officially in Phoenix, as that's the temperature at the airport that I use. Just because I have to take from some official temperature place. Anyway, that's all I have for today, and the air conditioner's come back on, telling me it's time to go ahead and finish up. And I hope you guys had a great 4th of July. Those of you who celebrate, I had a very quiet one with the dogs. We went to my sister's house in the middle of the day and had a cookout. She made hamburgers and hot dogs and stuff like that. But then we came home and were around the dogs for the fireworks going off. They get quite agitated, so I wanted to be home. And you know, fireworks. I like looking at them from a distance. I really am not anymore where I want to set them off myself. And when I came home that day on the 4th, there were 2 juveniles. They looked junior high. They were not even in high school, I don't think. Out on their balcony, driveway, setting off fireworks and holding them in their hand that were obviously meant to not be held in the hand. And I came very close to saying something. But they're not my children, and they were lighting them on the bumper of a car. They needed an adult out there telling them how to do it responsibly. And they did have fireworks that evening. They were setting off quite a few. I'm sure it wasn't just them, their family. I saw that, and then I read or heard a story yesterday of a young man, a juvenile, but he was older, who lit a firework that was supposed to be on the ground, and he was holding it in his hand, and he ended up dying. They're very dangerous. Parents, don't let your young kids hold fireworks, play with fireworks, and light them without you. You really, an adult really needs to be there. Not that adults are much smarter about it, but hopefully they're a little smarter about it and read the instructions. Anyway, I'm off my soapbox now, and I'll see you next week. And thanks for listening. Happy stitching. Bye.